Hey, so if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel or give me likes or comments under the videos. It really helps me out a lot. Thanks.
Hey everybody, so today I'm trying out something new. I'm using the old tier list that content creators are used to use for ranking stuff, and today I'm gonna wanna look at all the cards that actually see play in our format European Highlander in the year 2026 in the first half. So to find out what saw play at, I looked at MTG Top 8. I looked at all the bigger tournaments, all the smaller tournaments, at all the archetypes. Most important were the other part where all the things are mixed. And then I looked at all the first four sets of our 7 years, for our 7 set year. And I looked at Love and Eclipse, Ninja Turtles, Secrets of Strixhaven, and Marvel Superheroes. I'm looking at the cards and I wanted to bring them into 4 tiers. So first tier is format defining. This means like since the card is there, people are playing them and they're basically like changing the format, and the cards that are in this tier see a lot of play. Second tier, as the name suggests, is like multi-archetype staple, not only in one archetype. It can be aggro, it can be control, it can also be combo. Then the third tier is the archetype staple. Inside these archetypes, there are staples. And then the fourth and worst archetype is like, in these archetypes they see play in some of the decks. Yeah, and I think that's about it. It's pretty easy content, and hopefully you like it, and give me some feedback if you like it. Okay, let's start with the first set, which is the Love and Eclipse. So Love and Eclipse had these tribal. It was a tribal set. So this meant there were a lot of cards meant for tribal, and I will not look at all the tribal things. I will group things together and try to show them. So the first card is the Moonshadow. The Moonshadow saw play in tempo, in aggro decks, in mid-range decks. Did not see play in control decks. Therefore, I would put it inside the multi-archetype staple. Next card is the Hexing Squelcher. Obviously, it's a goblin. It can be an archetype staple in itself, but it also saw play in ramp decks. It saw play in aggro decks. It saw play in mid-range decks. Therefore, it might be something between format defining and multi-archetype stable, because I think like making things uncountable is very strong. Something between here, I think. Let's look at it later again, but I would put it in multi-archetype stable, maybe format defining, I don't know. So next card is the like the elf. I forgot the name. The speaker. It saw play in combo decks. It saw play in mid-range decks. It saw play in a lot of different archetypes. Also outside, like archetypes and decks. Therefore, it's between like archetype staple and multi-archetype staple. I will put it also in the multi-archetype staple tier. So these were the kind of strongest cards out of the set, I think. So next is like the land from the commander set. It made you play. It saw play in tribal decks that I like to play, but also saw play outside of that in archetypes where you have to have a lot of creatures and then have a lot of colors. So therefore, I would put it inside the archetype stable, or maybe niche in some archetypes. Maybe inside the something in between this. Maybe it's more niche. So next card is the Bitter Bloom Bearer, the new Bitter Blossom. So mostly play in aggro decks, I think. So therefore, I would also put it inside the archetype staple, maybe. So this is like the elf. I forgot the name. Has flash. It can blink things. Basically, it gives a persist. So it saw play in some. I think I saw it in like Boros decks, and I also saw it being played in this Death and Texas decks. We can look at some things maybe. So I think in Boros, Agro, saw some play in Finland. Tampa, maybe this one. Yeah, regardless. So I would put it inside niche in some archetypes. So this is the next card is like the Junt Scarecrow. It comes into play. It puts -1/-1 counters on the opponent's creatures, and then it steals the creatures if the creature die. So I saw this being played in like, I think like 4-color blood, Junt mid-range decks. So therefore I would also put it inside the niche, inside the archetype tier. So here I took like all the, so now it comes like all the tribal stuff, maybe less interesting to some people. Here I took like the flip cards. There were like the Goblin flip card, the Merfolk flip card, the Kithkin flip card, and like the Elemental flip card. So these flip cards, they all saw play in some of the archetypes. So obviously this one in Goblin. The green-white one saw play in like the green-white or Absan ramp decks, and the blue-red ones saw play in like either like Escape Shift. I saw it in like 4-color mid-range. So I would also put it in either archetype staple or niche in some archetypes, depending on the card itself, but I want to group them, so I would put it in maybe an archetype staple. So next cards are all the elementals. So there's the blue-black one, which saw play in some mid-range decks, some combo decks. Then the green-red one especially saw play in lands decks, like in there were like normal lands deck, there were like these hoof decks, and there was like these depth decks where it saw play. And then there was like the blue-green one, which did not see a lot of play, the red-white one, and like tokens or like other aggro things. So therefore I would put it in something here, multi, archetype, or niche. Let's put it here maybe. Next are the commands. They were like super niche, and there was this goblin command that I like to try, and there was these Merfolk. So they're very niche. Don't have to talk a lot about this one. Then there was this Ajani Planeswalker thing. It saw play in some Esper deck, I think, in Prague, like an Esper Control, I think. Then it saw play in like tokens and maybe other mid-range decks. So yeah, something like this. I mean, let's put it here. So next card is the Sentry. It's up playing some boss aggro, but besides that, not a lot of things. So let's put it inside the niche tier. So next card, like, are all the champion cards. So it's this Merfolk champion card, the Goblin champion card, and others. I will put these inside the archetype staples. I have to mention that these archetypes are very niche itself because they're tribal decks, and most people who are not me don't like to play a lot of tribal decks. Next card was this like this elf. I think I saw it only in 1 or 2 lists, so let's put it here. Then comes the turtle set. The turtle set itself, also like the other Universes Beyond set, was not well received, and therefore I did not see a lot of play. We are still a very kind of casual format where everybody goes by their vibes, and people did not like them so much. Also, these sets were not super strong. Here's this guy who puts like the 2 counters every combat. So only play like in some boss decks or other aggro decks. So I would put it inside the niche part. Same goes for these 2 token cards. I only saw play in some token decks. Therefore, I would also put them here. Then there was this Krang. The Krang saw a lot of play inside all the artifact decks. They were like artifact combo decks, artifact mid-range, like slash value decks. So therefore I would put it inside the archetype staple. Then also the combo card, the Surveillance Camera, also went in most of the decks that the Krang was in. Yeah. So here comes the Red Man. I forgot the name. It also saw play mostly in like mid-range or aggro decks. Therefore, somewhere here. Let's put it here. Then there was this Super Shredder, super powerful card, maybe one of the most powerful cards of the set. So mostly playing aggro decks. Nothing besides that, so we'll put inside the archetype staple. Then there's this group of these artifact cards, like in Yamla, there was this Maru artifact deck, which plays second, and it played a lot of these cards. Mostly played this card. Let's start with this card. So this was like more niche. It's only playing this deck, so I'll put it here. Then there was the skateboard. The skateboard saw play in aggro, of course, in mid-range, then also in combo. Therefore, because like it made like the Ultra Saga super scary, and therefore I might put it here, because like blocking if the opponent has the Ultra Saga made it very bad. Let's see, it's the first card that we put here. Also, it's a goofy skateboard, but let's start put it here. Then there was this the ooze, basically like the graveyard hate thing, can put counters later. It also saw play when it came out in some of the artifact shells. Not so much, so something here. Let's put it here. Then there was the Mike and Raphael and Mikey. So playing some couple of like cheating things into play shells, so I would rather put it here. Then there was this Toka and Razar. It's so playing mono red, mono black, Rakdos, but mostly aggro decks, so I would put it here. Also this guy which creates tokens, so play inside the archetype, like the artifact decks. So let's put it here. Okay, next set was the Secrets of Strixhaven. Super powerful set. It was well received. People loved it. The first card was this, I forgot the name, like this Converge spell for 6 mana. You draw a bunch of cards, gain life, and deal damage. It saw play mostly in land stacks, but it was cut after, so therefore I will put it inside the niche pile. So yeah, the next card, Road, obviously super format defining. It saw play basically in all the white decks. Also, all the white decks which had good finishes in the year played this card. This will change like how you evaluate Planeswalker in the future, I assume. So therefore, it's definitely a format defining card. Next card was the Blue Emeritus. It saw playing Blink decks, I think mid-range a little bit, and then inside like Reanimator, therefore I might put it here. Yeah, so then Flow State, obviously, I think format defining. It changed like the way, like with Stock Up Together, how control decks play. They tap out at some point now and then just refuel and then deal with things in the next time, like in the next turns. So next card is the Wazarek. The set had the 2 Planeswalkers, which are both on the list. The Wazarek saw play mostly in aggro and mid-range decks. It also played it in control decks. Therefore, maybe it's a multi-archetype stable. Also, with these Planeswalkers, they're more easy. I mean, like the card type itself defines a little bit like in which archetype it is. So obviously, like tribal cards are archetype stables. They are not played outside the archetypes. Format defining cards are mostly like removal draw spells or like super flexible cards, and multi-archetype stable are some of these just value cards, and then there's like these, other things. Next card is the Flashback. The Flashback saw play in tempo, control, combo, mostly spell stacks. I would not put it in format defining, but I would put it in multi-archetype stable. Then there was this Green Emeritus, mostly saw play I think in mid-range and like the Scapeshift deck where it was like control combo, therefore I'm not so sure how long it will see play, so therefore it's rather niche. Then there was the Screen Tutors, but it's like an Entomb plus Tutor. I only saw play a little bit in mid-range and some combo decks. So it's rather niche. Then there was this draw spell. Saw play only in lands decks, so it was also super niche. Then there was this, is it Charm? Prismari Command or Charm? Yeah, it's like is it card, so mostly saw play in tempo decks. So let's put it inside the archetype stable. Okay, then there was this Professor Dillion-Fell. It saw play a lot, like more than I thought. I mean, I predicted it to be good inside our set review as my sleeper. It saw play in mid-range, in combo control and control. Therefore, like all the other planeswalkers, it's like a multi-archetype stable, I think. So then there was these great Biblioplex. Mostly saw play in control and in combo decks. So it's just two archetypes. But I can... Let's put it here. It's just two archetypes. Then there was this Helmut guy, and mostly saw play in mono black. There it's I think pretty decent. Then there was this I forgot the name. This agent card, like the super spy agent card. Saw play in tempo and in aggro. It's also just too... I want to put it in multi-archetype, but this means also this should be in multi-archetype. So let's do it like that. So next comes the last set that we are covering so far, which is the Marvel superheroes. So yeah, the Hawkeye guy. It was in the winning deck from Prague. It also saw play in other mono red and Boros decks. Maybe Rakdos. So I would put inside the archetype stable cards. Okay, next card is this Mole Man. Saw play in mid-range, in combo lands, combo control, mid-range lands. So therefore, it's a multi-archetype stable, I think. Then there was this white Soulstone. We had the black Soulstone inside the Superman set. The black stone can be played in like mono black and also artifact decks. I've only seen in artifact decks, so therefore it's archetype or niche. I think it's not that. Let's put a niche, even though it's 100 or like a $80 cards. So then there's the She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. Mostly saw playing ramp, so mid-range and like combo aggro decks. So maybe it's like here. And then there's this the Wasp. Yeah, it only goes in like tempo decks. But that's pretty good, so let's put it inside the stable. Then there was this other Wasp, which only saw in just one deck. It was Mono Blue Tempo. I'm also not sure how long we see play there, so let's put it here. So now there's a super controversial card, which I talked about like on the Discord server. I think I won an event with it in Storm. Besides that, it did not see any play. But if people will play more combo decks slash Storm decks, you will see play. It also was played in Artifacts. So it's still niche, even though it tears my heart apart. And then the same goes for the Dr. Doom. These cards are super strong, but they are not well received and they were super expensive at the start. This can also be played in, I mean, this was also played in aggro and in control deck, so I would rather put it here. Okay, this was the last card. There we have it. This is our tier list. As you can see, I think it started where was a big ground category. At the top it was pretty empty, and then it basically went like a Christmas tree. Now it's a little bit more developed. As you can see, in the first tier we only have a few. As I said, the bar is high for this format. So super flexible chip cards are at the top. Then there's a lot of planeswalkers, like value stuff, basically just good cards. Then like obviously good cards inside the archetypes. And then like more, also like a lot of good cards, like all the cards, but cards that we'll see maybe not play in a year. Yeah. This was my content. Maybe you can call it content slop. But maybe you like it. Hope you give me feedback and you like the video. And yeah, that's it for me. Maybe I do a second round with the Hobbit set and the Star Trek set. And there's also the Reality Fracture. So these sets I can cover in the next review. But maybe I'll do over like a review over the whole year. Let's see. Anyway, see you. Cheers.